Uh, he and she do not even live in the same state. He actually lives in Mississippi and she lives somewhere else. So they will not be in close contact, but they should have some contact.
Well, what I have is on March 27th, he beats her up. On April 10th, he beats her up. And now we have this case that we're here for. Are you Kendra Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Davis, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. Can I say one thing?
Yes. Yes.
Me and Cassandra Brooker, we are raising a 5-month-old baby.
We are not at that point. So I just want you to listen to my questions.
Yes, ma'am.
And when we get to that point, we will get to that point.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
have you reviewed the document entitled true bill of indictment with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, I'm going to show you what's entitled court's admonishment and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation? That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor, at all times.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. That's the page that I had that I was saying something about.
All right. According, what are you all not agreeing to the no contact order? That's what's being said here, Mr. Alaman? Because that's what's in the
Your
plea
Honor,
bargain agreement.
he wants a no harmful contact.
Well,
He has
you
to-
all put it as a part of your agreement. So is it not a part of the agreement? Or is this something you are going to argue about?
Mr. Davis would like to contest that part, Your Honor. The prosecutor
Okay.
wanted it in.
Are you going to allow them to present argument to that or no?
We can go open on that condition, Judge, the state's position. Contact.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine probated.
Wait.
State recommends.
I thought it was 4 years probation.
Will you please let me continue to read and then maybe you will hear, okay?
That's fine.
4 years prison, a $1,500 fine probated. State recommends probation. Take in consideration 2021 CR 4782. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. And the state is requesting that there be no contact with Patandra Booker, Patandra, and that will be open. So what that means is that the defense can argue and request no harmful or injurious contact with Patandra Booker. Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that the term of your probation be 4 years, every 120 hours community service restitution, and the BIPP course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all its attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you electronically sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. Reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Your Honor, we are prepared to go with sentencing, except for the comment he had.
All right, anybody else? So what's the argument with him not having contact with Patandra Booker? What's the argument? I'll hear why he should be allowed to have contact with her.
Why he shouldn't, Judge?
Oh, why he should. Defense, why should he have contact with her?
Your Honor, the baby's mother apparently requested that Mr. Davis not be sentenced to prison, but be placed on probation because he apparently needs
No, I'm going to
help.
follow Mr. Alamon, I'm going to follow the probation, but I want to talk about why should I allow him to have contact with her?
She apparently needs his help in raising the child. He and she do not even live in the same state. And he actually lives in Mississippi and she lives somewhere else. So they will not be in close contact, but they should have some contact.
Well, what I have is on March 27th, he beats her up. On April 10th, he beats her up. And now we have this case that we're here for now, and he chokes her. And this choking, all of the children are aware of this. All of the children can hear this. And this choking occurred because he gave her a teddy bear for Mother's Day. The juvenile child likes teddy bears, so the juvenile took it. He got angry that the juvenile took it instead of her. And then he closes the bedroom door. And he's in the room with the mother on Mother's Day, and he chokes her. That's what this police reports read. So I'm not going to allow him to have contact with her. Whether she wants it or not, he's not having contact with her.
Hey, Your Honor, I don't mean to interrupt, but I was logged out. Velasco,
Just
can
give
you?
it, we're in the middle of a hearing, Mr. Velasco. All right, so he is not going to be allowed to have contact with her.
Okay.
Mr. Davis, do you have employment?
No, ma'am.
So how are you going to support your child when you're not employed?
The only reason that I couldn't get employed is because this was on my back. Every job that I applied for kept saying that I had some pending felony charge in San Antonio that I need to take care of before hiring.
All right, where are you living right now?
I live in Mississippi. I'm in St. Louis right now.
So where's your probation going to be?
In Mississippi,
What county?
Greenville. Well, Greenville is the city. I think Washington is the county, Washington County.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to 4 years in prison, suspended and probated for 4 years, $1,500 fine, probated. Take in consideration 2021 CR 4782. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Patandra, Patandra Booker, the BIPP course, 120 hours community service restitution, and your employment cannot be as a home health care provider or any employment involving minors, parenting classes, regular Zoom reporting, regular UAs, field visit, random, one time per month. Rebecca, is there anything else you need?
The transfer to Washington.
All right, and transfer to Washington County in Mississippi. Mr. Davis, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
You keep confusing me when you saying 4 years in prison to 4 years in probation.
If you are not successful on your probation, I can sentence you to 4 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
If I do decide to move, who do I talk to?
I've already said that your probation is being transferred to Washington County. Are you saying you're not going to be living there?
I don't plan on being here for the next 4 years, no. Being there for the next 4 years, no.
Where are you going to be? Where do you want your probation transferred?
Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, Mississippi right now, but because I'm trying to get in the process of moving. I'm trying to get out of Greenville. So my next from Greenville, Mississippi would be Atlanta, Georgia. But I'm not going to be in Greenville. I'm not going to be in Greenville, Mississippi until like another 3 weeks from now because I'm down here in St. Louis with my son.
Well, let me just tell you, wherever your probation is transferred to, that's where you're going to be. And if you want to have your probation transferred somewhere else, then you need to let probation know and get approval. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we can close the record. Mr. Davis, if you love somebody, you shouldn't be putting your hands on them in anger. Do you understand?
The record that you just read. to
Nope,
me-
that's not my question. My question is, do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney. Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Keandre Marshawn Davis who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 7207 for the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation for 4 years and extended for a total of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State,
Yes, Your Honor, we do have an agreement.
what are you proceeding on?
We are going to proceed on both violations of condition number 1.
All right, if you'll read it into the record, please.
Yes, violation of condition number 1, on or about the 30th day of June 2024 in Tarrant County, Texas. The defendant, Keandre Marshawn Davis, committed the offense of driving while intoxicated in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Violation of condition number 1, on or about the 30th day of June 2024 in Tarrant County, Texas. The defendant, Keandre Marshawn Davis, committed the offense of possession of a controlled substance, PG1, in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
And the state will waive the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 4 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of conditions 1 and 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of conditions 1 and 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that proposed agreement?
That proposed agreement is to grant the state's motion to revoke revoke the community supervision and sentence the defendant to 3 years in the Texas Department of Corrections.
Is that your agreement?
That
counsel?
is Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Pantandra, Patandra, Booker, Booker. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Not from the state, Judge.
Judge, I believe Mr. David has something to say.
Yes.
We have a child together, and the first time that I was here, you said no violent contact. That was the very first thing you said, and ever since then, it's been
No, because of what I've written in here is when you were first placed on probation, it was to be no contact with Pantandra Booker. Then you had a motion to revoke file. And then that was for a violation of condition number 5. I denied the motion, alternate amend conditions to complete BIP, transfer to Dallas, weekly reporting, the UA hotline. And then in August, this was set for August 24th for a contested hearing in person. And then on August 24th, there was a violation of condition number 15. That judge found it true. And then today, this is where we are. I've never ordered a no home for injurious contact. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Look, you're going to have to change your life. You say you have a child, you want to be in your child's life. I would think that you would want your child to be proud of you. Part of that is stop with your drug use, which alcohol is a drug. If you can't control the uses of it, be kind to your child's mother, which you have not been. We're here for an assault choking. That means you choked her.
4 years ago, Your Honor.
I mean, that's no excuse. You can't say, oh, I shot somebody, but we're back together. That was 4 years ago. Do not minimize what you have done.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.